Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dad's on Wrestling. I am the Renegade of Wrestling, J.J. Williams.
I am Jeff Meacham, the Meach Machine.
And we are here to bring you our thoughts on the Extreme Rules pay-per-view.
You mean that...
It has been over for an hour and a half as we roll camera.
Extreme Rules, you mean the stipulation pay-per-view with a little bit of blood at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
I wasn't going to jump right into that.
I was.
We'll get to that later.
I was, because it was bullshit.
Well, you know, there's a lot of things on the pay-per-view that were more bullshit than that.
You know...
But we'll just take it step by step.
Well, it's like I said over there when we were talking during the replay. The matches needed to be short, were short, with the exception of one. The matches needed to be long and tell a good story, were long and told a good story.
Yes.
So, in that sense, Extreme Rules delivered.
Yes.
However,
do not get me wrong. Yeah. Overall, I'm going to go ahead and get this out of here right now. Overall, I think Extreme Rules was about a 7 or an 8 out of 10.
Yes, and I would even dare say, based on the hype that both shows were given, it delivered better than Mania once again. Just like last year.
Okay.
Just like, Extreme Rules did last year, just like a lot of pay-per-views did last year better than WrestleMania. I mean, this is the first first pay-per-view of the Laurinaitis era, if you will, and as much as I hate to admit it, this stupid bastard delivered, Yeah.
Or you can always look at it as the first pay-per-view of the new year, because we all know the new cycle starts the Raw right after WrestleMania.
This is true.
Technically, January 1st is the night after WrestleMania.
Yeah, and surprisingly enough, there's only been one firing so far in the spring cleaning. So it wasn't even a guy we even saw on TV every week.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But we started out with a Falls Count Anywhere battle, and it was a battle. I take that back.
Yeah.
Right.
See, my notes had that.
Well, I didn't watch that.
My notes had the fact that Santino Marella defeated The Miz to retain the United States Championship on the pre-show.
And see, and I will say that's the second match that should have gone longer, because 4 minutes and 40 seconds out of a 30-minute pre-show.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. It's a U.S. championship. It's at the end of the day, it's the second most important title on Raw.
Yes. Let's not forget what show it's on.
Dude, they bounce around so damn much. I don't know. But yeah, for Santino to beat The Miz, number one, no wonder it was on the pre-show. That's the reason why I was on the pre-show, because they had Santino winning with the Cobra after Miz kicked out of the Cobra, or kicked the Cobra away, and then Santino ended up getting it off anyway. So it was like, whatever, it was dumb.
That's just despicable. I mean, I should have known at the end of the day that WWE was going to put Santino over, but The Miz really needed that, and the WWE, one of their first fuck-ups of the night by not putting the strap back on The Miz.
But at least they had the U.S. champion on the pay-per-view. He was on the pay-per-view tonight. Watching match number, whatever that was. Hang on. Match number 5. He was watching that match. He was on the show. And so were the WWE Tag Team Champions, watching the first match on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get to that now.
Yes. We had Randy Orton defeating Kane, and it delivered. It was a 16-minute plus fight all over the Allstate Arena?
Yes.
Yes. That's right. It's Chicago. Rosemont, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, they went all over the place. I'm surprised they didn't go in the deep freezer and find Paul Bearer into the Valves building and find Bob Orton. I'm surprised they didn't find either one of those guys. But I'm sure Percy Pringle had better things to do today. But they went all over the place. They went into the area at one point where the WWE Superstars were watching. So we did see Primo and Epico. I believe we saw even Joe Henning, if I'm not mistaken.
We saw him back there. Yeah.
So,
Primo and Epico, you can stop bitching on Twitter. You guys were actually featured on pay-per-view.
And please don't sign with AEW, please. Let it go. Oh my goodness. Then we're thinking, okay, now we're gonna have one of the title matches, because that's basically what was left, was title matches.
That's all we're gonna say about Falls Count Anywhere?
What do you want to say?
Maybe it's just me.
It didn't suck. It was actually pretty good.
Maybe it's just me. But I believe that a Falls Count Anywhere match should have the deciding fall somewhere that's not in the middle of the fucking ring.
This is very true.
I mean, maybe I'm just spoiled from the Attitude Era, but I yearn for the days where they actually, go outside of the buildings.
Yeah.
Snow plows into snow embankments, Irish whips throwing people in the Mississippi River, shit like that.
Well, those are also hardcore matches. A little bit different.
True, but still, a Falls Count Anywhere match should have the fall take place somewhere that is not smack dab in the middle of the motherfucking ring.
Well, there were attempted falls outside of the
yes.
ring. And at the end of the day, the people that are in the arena paid to see the fall, and they don't want to watch on a TV screen. They could have done that at home.
Oh well.
I'm just saying.
Oh well. It is falls count anywhere.
I am playing devil's advocate for those 20. Those doesn't say. Son of a bitch.
Because they haven't put it up there on Wikipedia yet.
Yeah, I know. That's okay. 20,000 people, let's just say.
Comment, let us know what you think. Do you think that in a Falls Count Anywhere match, the deciding fall should take place somewhere not in the middle of the ring? Do you agree with me or do you agree with Jeff? Let us know.
And then, okay, we're thinking, okay, maybe Cody Big Show next, maybe, you know, the Divas match, since that was up in the air. We found out during the broadcast also. But no.
Funk is on a roll. Funk is on a roll.
Yeah, we get Brodus Clay on pay-per-view, but at least his opponent wasn't in the ring first. His opponent actually got his own introduction.
Yes.
It was the show-off Dolph Ziggler.
That's why he got his own introduction.
That's right.
It's not like it was Brodus versus Tyson Kidd.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was Brodus versus Heath Slater.
Yeah.
It was Brodus versus Dolph fucking Ziggler.
And would you agree that this is Brodus' biggest win?
Yes, and I don't think he should have gotten it.
No. But
I understand why he did. They're pushing him to the moon, but they're burying Dolph Ziggler in the process.
And the problem
I think Dolph Ziggler is a horrible talent to bury.
And the problem is, isn't this supposed to be Brodus' punishment?
Yeah, but he's over.
Way over. So over that they gave him a mini. They gave him a mini Clay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would just have what's their names, Naomi and the other one dance, and just have Brodus still be the killing machine. Just have like girls be like pre-show dancers or something. And let's have Brodus be a killing machine again.
Kind of like the old Nitro girls, how they were in the cage and the TNA days back in the Asylum.
Ooh.
Just have them dancing in cages.
Ooh, you might be onto something. But then again, that's not very PG.
Yeah.
All right, so Brodus wins.
Neither are the dances that they do anyways.
No, they are not.
I see those moves every weekend at the local strip club.
You're at strip club every weekend? You're broke. Son of a bitch.
Sorry.
You gotta not go to McDonald's. You gotta pay rent. Go to the strip club. Fuck you. Damn it. I'm trying to make ends meet. Okay. Alright, so then we go on to a tables match. The Intercontinental Championship, Cody Rhodes and the Big Show, and we got surprised, both of us, you and I, because we sat at Clothing Company, and we figured, okay, Cody had to have lost for a reason. So there's no way he's going to regain this quick, 3 weeks out, or whatever it's been, from WrestleMania.
28 days.
28 days. And
Hashtag Statboy approved.
There you go, thank you. And with a drop kick off the apron, and a 7-foot, whatever foot through a table.
Match is over.
The look in Big Show's face told the story, because he knew.
Yep.
I went to the table. Uh-oh. And then, very unsportsmanlike by the Big Show, I felt. I felt that he was very unsportsmanlike. Not only did he chokeslam him through a table, he chucked him out of the ring through a table. It's very, very not nice.
I think I have to go on record and say that this was the second worst finish of the night.
Yes.
We'll get to the worst finish later.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, you're not happy with that one. Alright, so we had that.
And I mean, seriously, if you were going to do this, WWE, and I'm sure the dozens and dozens of Renegade fans out there will agree with me, what was the fucking point of taking the strap off of Cody in the first place? Yep. Aside from making Big Show a Grand Slammer?
And giving Show his WrestleMania moment?
I mean, there was no reason. This could have been 28 more days on a Cody's reign. He could have been even closer to catching and conquering the Honky Tonky Man.
That's right.
As the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time.
And Lord knows someone needs to conquer that frickin' idiot.
Seriously.
Yeah, I said it, Honky.
What was the point?
I don't know. But then we went on to a match that most definitely had a point. We had the World Heavyweight Championship, best of 3 falls, yes. Sheamus and Bryan. Slightly longer than the WrestleMania match. About 21 minutes longer. 22 minutes and 55 seconds altogether. By the way, these stats are all Statboy approved because Mikey didn't type
Actually, they're all Wikipedia approved.
Well,
Statboy wasn't home and he was too lazy to do the research.
It's not he was too lazy. He was just enjoying the show. Hey, you're going to strip clubs. You're being crouched towards Statboy. You're being a butthead.
Sorry.
Man, shoot. staff weight.
At least I gave the show an 8 out of 10.
You did. That's true. You
Give
did.
me some credit here.
Yeah, well,
Fuck's sake.
7 or 8, whatever it was. But Bryan and Sheamus more than delivered. That is what a World Championship match used to be about back in the day. Because back in the old NWA days, before the advent of the World Wide Wrestling Federation,
back in the days where this strap actually mattered.
Thank you very much. By the way, I have not watched the match yet, but cheers to Adam and Colt. I cannot wait to be done with this and watch the War version 2, and I cannot wait to somehow coerce my way into going to the start of War Round 3, because Lord knows I gotta see First Blood. Anyway, back in the old days of the NWA, prior to 1963 or so, every single championship match was best of 3. Every one. And that's how it was decided. Matter of fact, that's how Vince McMahon and Toots Mont disagreed with the Lou Thesz title change over Buddy Rogers. It was one fall. Lou beat him in one fall, and they went, wait a minute. It's supposed to be best of 3 falls. We out of here. Next thing you know, the WWF is born.
There you go.
So that's
the
how that
Worldwide Wrestling Federation.
WWF, yes. So that's how that happened. So for these guys to go in there in a best of 3 falls, and let's face it, we all know that most of us don't think Sheamus is the most technically sound guy on the planet.
Obviously, he botched a fucking cloverleaf.
Yeah, oh, that was hideous. That was bad.
The sad thing is, Dean Malenko was backstage teaching him how to do the move.
And he still...
At least it looked better than Rock Sharpshooter, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, to be...
Bruce would probably have been shaking his head, because,
yeah,
Bruce used to use a cloverleaf, calling it unlucky.
There you go. Yeah, Bruce...
Which would be perfect for an Irishman.
Or a young lady that actually is called Lucky O'Shea, but we don't know if she's coming back or not. So.
If WWE steals that, Bruce, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's bad.
Watch, though. Watch.
Well,
Sheamus will start calling it unlucky.
Unlucky, yeah, if he uses it. But, Bryan delivered his technical part of the match, no question about that. And great strategy in the first and second round. Bryan just kicked the living shit out of Sheamus, literally. Yes. Got himself disqualified. Didn't even say I have till 5. He went past 5.
I was so waiting for it.
I know, I was waiting for it too, but he didn't do it. And you saw the maniacal look in his eyes. You're driving away. He had a plan. And he put the yes lock on, fall number 2, and that gave me hope. I was like, maybe he's actually going to do this. Maybe he's actually going to regain the championship here.
I was flashing back to the Brock Lesnar, I believe it was Kurt Angle Iron Man match from yesteryear.
Yes.
Where Brock just beat the piss out of Angle with the steel chair and just kept pinning it.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. He had him so beat down that he just kept scoring pinfalls.
Yep. But it was funny to note that at Extreme Rules, we had the doctors come out and check on Sheamus.
Yeah.
It's like, this is Extreme Rules, baby. If you've done, you've done.
Kind of like how at One Night Stand 2006, where they freaking called off the Sabu Rey Mysterio match.
Speaking of that, I'm glad you brought that up, as a matter of fact.
I was going to get that at the end of the show, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, since you brought him up, our best wishes go out to Sabu. We still don't know what the hell happened there back east. I mean, we're over here. We're 3 hours behind them. We really don't know what happened. But the rumors were abound that he had died, that he was in the hospital, that he had been taken away unconscious. Whatever's going on with him, best wishes to him. And the Stro brought up a very good point on Twitter. Our buddy the Stro, or my buddy the Stro, I still haven't introduced you to him yet. Stro's awesome. To Buff Bagwell, a longtime friend of mine and my former YouTube family. We met way back when doing the old shows, and he was in a bad car wreck about a week and a half ago. So, Marcus, love you. Get well. Sabu, get better. Whatever's going on, get better. Okay. My soda's empty, but Okay. So Sheamus pulls it out with the 1, 2, 3 with a bro kick. What a surprise! And defeats Bryan. My question to the Renegade is, where does Bryan go from here? Do we keep seeing him be the challenger for Sheamus?
No.
Does Sheamus move on? And where does Bryan go from here? Does he go back to the U.S. Championship? Does he go back toward Money in the Bank at SummerSlam if they have it then? What do we do with the American Dragon?
I believe the American Dragon will still be a contender, but I don't see him going back to the U.S. title.
Okay.
I see him kind of squandering around at the bottom of the ranks there for the championship for the time being. You've got Big Show just lost his title to Cody, so Big Show can challenge Sheamus. You know, maybe the loss will unleash the angry giant again.
Yes.
You've got Randy, who just beat Kane. Randy and Sheamus have unfinished business.
Yes, they do.
You've got Kane, who
Kane's
could always come out there and try and whoop some butt, although I do see a rubber match in Kane and Randy's future, probably at Over the Limit.
Which will probably be Over the Limit style stipulation.
But I don't expect to see just yet Bryan pushed back down to the mid-card. Think about how it took The Miz over a year before he got pushed down to where he was challenging for the U.S. title
on a pre-show.
So I think Bryan will probably have about a year still in contention before that becomes a fate that he has to deal with.
Right. Well,
what I would like to see is Bryan Danielson versus Claudio Castagnoli.
Oh. On pay-per-view. None of this TV edit bullshit.
Let's start it on SmackDown and build it up.
Well, okay, fine, no commercial then. Just let us watch the whole thing. I will tell you right now, two guys that will not be in contention for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Who?
Aaron Relic and Jay Hatton.
Oh, they actually had names?
They have names.
See, on my notes that I was told to leave behind, I had, two members of the St. Louis Baba Ganoush clan.
Well,
I love you, Al Snow.
Aaron Baba Ganoush and Jay Baba Ganoush.
There we go.
Got destroyed by the former Skip Sheffield, now known as, of course, Ryback.
Now, here's my question.
Yes, sir.
Did we really need a Ryback squash match on the pay-per-view?
Of course not.
How long did Ryback's match go?
Less than 2 minutes. 1:50.
Okay. Could we have taken that out and put The Miz and Santino for the United States Championship on the pay-per-view?
Yeah, could have.
Maybe take out Brodus and Ziggler and put The Miz and Santino on the pay-per-view?
Yeah, because combined those two were about 6 minutes, and The Miz and Santino were about 5. So yeah, they could have done that.
Seriously, give us another championship match. I know you think it'll bring thousands and millions of viewers to your YouTube channel putting a title match on YouTube, but it also would put thousands or millions of dollars in your pocket on the fucking pay-per-view buy.
Seriously.
Fuck is wrong with you, Vince?
Alright. But as much as we complained about the two squash matches, the next match again made up for it, I feel, because we had a WWE Championship street fight, a Chicago street fight in Chicago.
That, contrary to namesake, did not end up in the street.
No. But both of them came dressed to fight for a street fight, although Jericho was in a freaking studded belt and designer pants. So that's exactly what they said.
He thought he was going to go from the arena to tape an episode of That Metal Show.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was.
Okay. Well, in that case, I
do some voiceover work for VH1 Classic.
Might as well. He's getting paid better. I'm sure he's getting paid better.
God knows Downfall isn't around anymore.
Oh, shit. Not too soon. Not too soon. Alright, CM Punk and Chris Jericho. This is going to be a spoiler for Statboy. Sorry, Statboy, but I'm sure you knew anyway. They had a ridiculous match. They went over 25 minutes. They were unbelievable.
Because it's two guys that can actually fucking work.
Yes. They again.
Just saying.
Yeah, the WWE Championship definitely meant something tonight, and those two tore it down. We even saw a slap in the face by CM Punk's sister to Chris Jericho. That was like, whoa! Problem is, she's a fan, so if Chris Jericho actually went and got her, he's got carte blanche. So luckily Punk tackled him.
But we all know it was scripted.
Of course we did.
matter.
But luckily Punk tackled him before he got there. We saw the reemergence of the beer can, not once but twice. The second time Jericho got it kicked out of his hand and got his ass handed to him pretty much. But CM Punk comes away with reversal after reversal, counter after counter, near fall after near fall, and CM Punk leaves Chicago as he left Money in the Bank in Chicago with the WWE Championship.
Where was Colt Cabana?
I have a funny feeling, and maybe Colt or Stu can confirm this for me on the Sunday Night Stew as they're not watching this.
Or Dave Marquez.
I really can't confirm or deny anything about that, so you have to leave me alone on that. I'm wondering if Colt was
Marquez.
not... Do you know the worst part about the Marquez impression now is? I look so hideous with this beard and this lack of hair in my head. I'm going to look less and less like Marquez each and every time I do it until the playoffs are over.
This is true.
It's going to look so bad. I'm getting fired. I don't know what was that.
was going to say, you can't get fired. I'm the freaking boss here, so, you know.
Woo!
Unlike other people, I don't let go of my cash cow.
That's right. So, my opinion is that because Colt is now the World Heavyweight Champion of the NWA, he's contractually obligated to not appear on WWE television. I mean, that's my guess. Because you remember, Money in the Bank last year, Colt was not the champion.
This is true.
And he was all over that broadcast. He was all over that match. So I had a feeling. But anyway,
moving on.
Punk's family was there. His best friend was not. Moving on to what was supposed to be Nikki Bella defending the championship against Beth Phoenix. Now, according to Twitter all week and WWE.com, Beth was cleared and ready to go. However, I showed you a picture last night at, well, actually it'll be 2 nights ago now by the time this goes up, at Battleground of Beth's foot.
Yes, that ankle was not ready to be limped on, let alone walked on, let alone put through a match. Because much like, you know, she would have had to carry the bitch. Seriously? I can't find a good analogy.
Yeah, seriously.
She'd have had to carry the bitch.
I mean, it's nowhere near as bad as Evan Bourne's foot looked when he broke his, but still.
Ooh, I got the analogy.
Okay.
She'd have had to carry that bitch just like Brock accused John of carrying his bags. There we go.
We're not even on that match yet. Damn.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. So it was said mystery opponent. Everybody, of course, is immediately going toward Karma. Everybody's screaming Karma. And Eve at one point even said, because they were talking about, the Bells were like, we don't like surprises. And she goes, well, don't worry, it's not Karma. We all went, fuck!
And I immediately snapped, and I was like, Layla.
Sure enough.
It was
Here
Layla.
she comes with the late cool music, walking down the aisle. We hear the look at me, we're like, oh God, is it Michelle? Oh God. And we look and there's Layla to save the day. And after only 2.5 minutes, we had a new Divas champion.
That's right. And it's interesting to note that it was at Extreme Rules last year that Layla got injured and put out of action.
So she's been gone an entire year. No, last year.
2 years.
No. Last year. Because they were at, are you sure?
They said Night of Champions 2010.
Right, but last year was when Layla got hurt, is what we're saying.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Get your stats straight, stat boy.
Boy's not listening. Yes, but it was 2 years ago, Night of Champions in Chicago, I believe at the Allstate Arena, that Michelle McCool defeated Melina to unify the Divas and Women's Championship, making Layla officially the last women's champion. So, Layla's had some success in Chicago with the championship. Yes. And it's also to note that Nikki and Brie are. I haven't checked this yet, but I got to be right on this because I mean you got to look back at the history of women's championships in wrestling history. They are the only sisters who've ever held championships, the same championship. So I will check that. We'll get back to that on the second after the bell this week. Wait till y'all see the first one.
Right.
We taped in the battleground. It's fun. Anyway, so Layla's the new Divas champion going forward, which is a joint show program, which means we'll see a lot of Layla, which is
Congratulations,
awesome.
Layla.
Yes.
It could not happen to a better girl.
And we know that if Bruce was watching tonight, he would have felt a lot better after seeing those horrible jobber matches that his girl won the championship back. So,
and now we're going to go on to the main event of the evening.
Yes, 17.
John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. No titles.
No.
Once again, there are no championships on the line in the main event.
But at the end of the day, it is the old face of WWE, although he's the new face again, according to Mr.
John Laurinaitis, Executive Vice President of Talent Relations.
No, you're not. Stop lying.
That's why I wanted to do it. If you go to a corporate website, he is not on there anymore. He is no longer in power. Life is good.
I don't care. And I'm still the general manager of both Raw and SmackDown.
On TV only.
You're welcome.
Fucker. Anyway, so Laurinaitis is now calling Brock the new face of WWE against John Cena. This thing went 17 minutes and 40-something seconds. It was about 16 minutes and 40-something seconds of Brock just beating the holy high fuck out of John Cena. Yes.
17 minutes and 20 seconds.
True. True, because the last 20 seconds was...
In true Super Cena fashion. Steel chain around the fist, punch to the face, pinfall, 1, 2, 3.
Well, he did get the AA on the stairs, too. He did do that.
But that's not what finished the match.
No, that's not. Well, it did. Well, actually, it was about 30 more seconds because it took Brock about 25 just to turn his ass around after it hit the chain. He was like...
Okay, so 17 minutes.
17 minutes, roughly, and then you have 45 seconds of crap.
Did I just hear you call Cena comeback crap?
Oh, yeah.
Can you say that one more time for all the people that say that you're still swinging there from
Trust me. The Cena comeback was crap. The whole end result was crap, and I will gladly say that, regardless of my personal feelings toward John Cena the man and whatever I've had the opportunity to encounter him, this was bullshit. Because
it really was. They wasted the $5 or $6 million, I'm hearing mixed reports, that they're paying Brock Lesnar for this 1 year in this match. They've totally killed it. How is Brock Lesnar supposed to bring legitimacy to this professional wrestling sport? He got beaten his first match.
Because for the first 17 minutes of the match, he owned the top dog in the company.
But then he lost.
Okay, well.
Doesn't matter.
Anybody can get lucky. And John got lucky. John, in the storyline terms, got lucky. Let's be real. And had he not had the chain, he wouldn't have won. Brock got him, and Mikey did see this part because he showed the replay, within a matter of, had to be 30, 45 seconds. Elbow to the top of John's head, looked like his head just exploded with blood. And from it went from
kind of
there.
Awesome.
It was kind of awesome. I'm a John fan, but it was like, oh my God! It's like that is exactly why I was hopeful for Brock's UFC career when I heard he was going, because that's the kind of impact, that's the kind of power, that's the kind of brutality that Brock Lesnar brings to any sort of competition.
Exactly.
And that's why I was flabbergasted he didn't succeed in football, because with that kind of force, he could have been tackling quarterbacks from the 10-yard line to the 45. It's ridiculous how he didn't succeed. Over everybody else, exactly.
Seriously.
Ridiculous. He should have been dominating in Minnesota. But he didn't, and UFC's, the NFL's loss is UFC's game.
I was going to say, the Vikings' loss was Dana White's game.
Oh, yeah. Dana White.
Even though it didn't last long. I mean, how long was he in UFC, Mike? About 3 years?
Mm-hmm. Right around there. And
the last year, of course, he was sick.
I'm not counting that. Just total longevity in his UFC career, about 3 to 4 years.
And 2 years, 6 months.
And you gotta remember, they don't fight every night like the WWE guys do either. You know,
Brock had like 2 fights a year.
Yeah, and he got paid very well for both those fights. Trust me. But you know what? I think that the comment about wasting money on Brock is not so conclusive yet. Because at the end of the day, Sam gets a Hall of Fame spot out of it.
Yeah, because she deserves it.
Sorry, dude. Whatever.
Miss Elizabeth.
She's really the
Medusa.
only one. Well,
I know she did something dirty to WWE. I'm just naming other women that deserve a spot in the Hall of Fame before Sable does.
Okay.
Medusa, Miss Elizabeth. Fuck, Sapphire.
Oh, I don't know.
Trish, Lita.
Yeah, Trish and Lita definitely. Sapphire's a stretch, dude.
It was a joke.
Yeah, Sapphire more than.
But let's not forget to talk about how Brock Lesnar channeled his inner WrestleMania 19 and almost killed himself again.
The jump over the top rope.
Oh God. Yeah, frickin' he knocked Cena on the apron and then jumped over the top rope, and not only has Cena land, and apparently, from what I'm hearing from reports at the back, either that or some other move tore John's bicep clean off, but Brock landed on his knee. I'm thinking he's knocking it up. It's like, okay, we got both of them down. A couple of morons. Super. But Brock, of course, bounces right back up and does, the whole little Brock pose, and that was the end of that.
It also looked like he was attempting the UFC Superman punch.
That's all very well and good,
but when you trip over the top rope and damn near break your neck, a la Shooting Star Press on the Kurt Angle of WrestleMania 19 in Seattle, your career could be over just as quickly as it restarted.
And it's so dumb because the UFC the difference is that's in the octagon.
Yeah.
There's no ropes to trip over.
Yeah.
If you trip, you're into the side of the octagon and you bounce right back up.
You're bouncing off of a mesh cage.
Yeah. This you're bouncing over ropes and cable and you're going.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Do that one more time. Slow mo. So
that's where Case bends. Okay. Anyway,
this is the Dads on Wrestling take of Extreme Rules. What did y'all think? Let us know. Post comments. This is going to be the only one for the channel this month, as Statboy didn't get to see it all. Maybe he'll touch on it a little bit on Statboy Rants this week.
Now, before we sign off for the night, tomorrow's after the bell. And
do you want to Put like a parental advisory.
I really do. I really do. I feel the need to cleanse my soul.
What is it we're calling this? The clusterfuck episode?
Tomorrow is the clusterfuck episode. The first time ever. We had an event in Epic War in 2007 called Clusterfuck 2007. This is almost as bad as that. We decided to tape at Battleground. I don't know why, because we had an after party there. Everybody except you and me and the boy was in the bar karaoke getting stupid drunk. So it leads to disaster. But you know what? It leads to amusement and mayhem as well. And I cannot wait for you guys to see this 13 minutes of what will take place. And I said at the end of the show for tomorrow that there will be a part 2 of After the Bell this week to make up for what the hell you're about to see tomorrow. So, parental advisory is suggested, but completely fucking ignored for tomorrow.
There you go. Yeah, I have to agree. As the head of this channel, it was a thought that apparently seriously backfired. And in order to make it up for y'all for the bullshit you're gonna see tomorrow, we will make sure you get a special Saturday After the Bell this week with the rest of your questions.
Yes. And
also, and I'm gonna steal Stat Boy's thunder here.
Okay.
But fuck it. Be on the lookout in the next coming weeks. Stat Boy has got an epic in store for you.
Oh man.
Me, Jeff, Stat Boy, and if we can pull it off, Bruce, are gonna sit down and discuss WWE's top 50 greatest tag teams of all time.
Yes. This list
is even more bullshit than the episode of After the Bell you're going to see tomorrow.
Because at the end of the day, the list of 50 is a collaboration of a bunch of stupid shit.
So is tomorrow's episode.
All right. But needless to say,
let's not put it all on one person.
All right. But there is
anyways, we're getting about as off track as a Ringside Insanity episode. So for Dad's on Wrestling results show, I'm the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams.
I am the man who destroyed professional wrestling.
And we will see you later this week on Dad's on Wrestling.